and welcome to another show of Saturday Night with Immigrants. Today we have a fellow German immigrant that's going to tell us about his early life experiences in the early 1900s. Well, sir, will you please introduce your name? Well, since I already know your name, but I don't think our lovely audience knows your name.
Hello, Mr. Kidder, and my name is Fred Kunz. I'm a German immigrant that came to America in the early 1900s, and I am very excited to answer your questions, of course.
Well, Mr. Kant, tell us where you're from and when you were born.
I was born in the year 1917, and I was born on June 22nd. I come from a town called Speyer in Germany. It is not so big of a town and it's not so known, but I was born there, of course.
Well, that's interesting, Mr. Kuntz. Now, another question we had to ask you. So, why did you leave Germany?
Personally, as a young boy, Germany for me was just a type of prison. As a young boy, of course, I had friends. Then later on, when my friends got to know me better and better, they found out my dark secret in Germany. I was a Jew. And that was a dark secret. And of course, it was difficult there for our school, was difficult for us Jews, because kids would wait outside after school and would wait outside to beat us up. And that is why I never liked Germany when I was a young boy. And as I grew up, of course, I started thinking long term. And I thought, how was I going to raise a beautiful family here in Germany? And as Germany grew and grew, the government was not so helpful as well. He was persecuting citizens for saying their ideas and thoughts. And that I didn't like. So I thought, what other idea was better than to travel to America? Because in America, I could think freely and I would not get persecuted for it. So I went to America, and that was the best decision I have ever made, because back then in Germany it wasn't so nice. But now I can say things have changed, and that is why I have left Germany.
Well, that's very sad to hear about, Mr. Kuntz. Well, I had to go to the next question. So, why did you come here to America?
Personally, I wanted to come to America because I wanted to have the freedom of speech. I wanted to speak my mind and not be judged or be punished for that. And that's why I came to America. And I also wanted to practice religion that I wanted to practice and not what other people told me to practice. And that's why America was a place for me, because here you can do whatever you want, and that's why it's a perfect place for me.
Interesting, Mr. Kuntz. Well, now we'd like to go on to our break. Now we come back from our break to talk more about Mr. Kuntz. Mr. Kuntz, how were you treated once you arrived here? And also, how did you arrive here?
Well, I arrived in America by boat, like other German Jewish immigrants, of course. And in America, I was treated, of course, definitely better than I was treated in Germany. Of course, there were a few people who just didn't like us Jews. But of course, later on, people started forgetting about that. But of course, there was still a bit of discrimination in that. And of course, later on, the situation became better and better, and now I'm living a happy life in America.
So, Mr. Kuntz, how did you adapt to American culture?
So basically, in America, I just had to learn their language from other fellow Germans, and honestly, I do not know how they learned it, but probably from Americans who had learned German as well. And of course, there was more of a German community around in America.
Thank you, Mr. Kuntz. And thank you for all today for watching. Peace.